How do you help people inside the salon and spa when they're just struggling mentally? How do you get them back on track and make them feel good about where they're going and what they want to do? Do me a favor, watch this video and I'll give you some great tips to have better conversations. Hey, it's Jason Everett from the High Performance Salon Academy, and one of the things you should know about us is that we are heavily dosed in, of course, business information, but also in personal development and self-growth. And those two things together, business development and personal development, have to marry together in order to create a really incredible salon, and that's how we get unbelievable results. Most people say they can't even believe the type of results we get because we marry those two things, the professional development and personal development, into one category. So when you're having these mental health conversations, and I wanna just say, mental health is no joke, and a lot of people really struggle with this, but if you're noticing that you're having people who are just showing up, they're just not in it to win it anymore, and they're having issues, first of all, realize that it's probably nothing that you're doing. It might be an outside factor, something that's happening at home, something that's happening in a relationship, something that's happening in their family that's causing either some depression and anxiety. And I wanna talk about depression and anxiety in a way that either will lead you to have a good conversation about depression and anxiety, or maybe just show this video and open up the conversation around depression and anxiety for people on your team. So first of all, let's talk about anxiety. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a fear over something in the future that hasn't happened yet, and your thoughts about that future are creating anxiety and causing stress inside your body. That's what anxiety is. And so therefore, what's depression? Depression is actually guilt or dread or fear of what has happened in the past that is lingering with you now in this present moment. So if depression's over here, anxiety's there, what is this moment? This moment is the present. It's where you're being. And the ability to live in the future, anxiety, or the ability to live in the past, depression, is preventing you from being in this present moment. And that's why you'll see people seem like they're distracted or they're just not there completely. That's what it means. They're living in the future or in the past. So how do you handle it? Number one is just understanding that those two things are part of feeling like you are out of control. If you feel like you are out of control over what happened in your past, that will lead to depression. If you feel like you're out of control of what's going to happen in the future, that will lead to anxiety. So what can you do? You can talk about what are the controllables. So how do you control depression? Because it already happened, right? What would you do to control your feelings or thoughts about something that happened in the past? So number one is we can't control what happened to us. We can control how we file it away. Is if we file away a negative past situation, it could be a breakup, it could be a family member, it could be something else that happened to us in the past. It was a negative situation. Trust me, lots of people have things that have happened to them in the past that are negative. But how do you handle it? You have to reframe those past situations into something that's potentially positive. Meaning, even if you had a car accident in the past, if that car accident was like, man, now I'm concerned about my future, I got anxiety about the future because I'm worried about that car accident, rather than file it away and say, man, I've learned a valuable lesson that allows me to make better choices in the future. Meaning, if there's something that you can do with that, you can file it away as something positive. Maybe it gave you a lesson. Maybe it allowed you to be who you are. Maybe you survived that car accident or that scenario that you were in before, and it now has made you a better person. That's reframing your thoughts about the past. So how do you look at the future? And again, get control over what you think, because if you feel out of control of what's about to happen, you will feel anxiety. So how do you get control over it? Well, if you instead look at there's possibilities of something being negative, you have to look at there's also possibilities of things being positive. That so many different futures are possible. We've all seen those future movies where you change one thing and it changes the course of everything that happens in the future. If you look forward to your future and say, yes, there are negative things that can happen in my future, but there are also positive things that can happen, it gives you back control over what your mindset says every single day. So if you reframe past events and you realize there are more possibilities of future events besides just the negative possibilities, it starts to get you out of that depression and anxiety and bring you into that present moment. One of the best questions you can ask somebody if you notice that they just feel a little bit off is say, hey, where are you right now? I know that sounds crazy, but remember, they're either in the past or in the future. But if you say, where are you, and you genuinely mean it, where are you right now mentally? How can I help you? You snap them back into that present moment. And if you're even yourself, if you ever feel depression, anxiety, just ask yourself, where am I right now? And if you realize you're either in the past or the future, snap you back to this present moment, and it will absolutely change how you operate. I hope this was helpful for you. If you want more personal development or business development, please check out our private Salon Owner Facebook group called the Profitable Salon Owner Group for more tips on business and personal. And we'd love to be able to help you and serve you have a much better salon environment for employees to work and for you to run an incredible business. Thanks so much.